Good morning, YouTube. And my name is Morris. I've been meaning to post this video for the reply to the HP Pavillion 690 gaming computer. I've been meaning to post this video up, and I finally got a chance to. So I'm here to answer a question about upgrades that I've done to my HP Pavillion computer. Um, One of the upgrades that I've done is adding 2 additional case fans. And what was the process of that? Well, I'll start from the beginning. So the computer, the HP Pavilion 690, this bad boy, it suffered a problem of having poor ventilation, and some people that gave up on it because of that issue. Well, it's a pretty easy fix. It may cost you a total of maybe 45 to 50 bucks. It just depends on where you live and what hardware costs in the area that you live in. Um, the first thing that you'll need to do is either go to your local hardware store, or you can search on Amazon or eBay. I actually searched on Amazon to find the hole saw that I was looking for. So I ended up with this. I know it's a little dark, but let's see if we can get it to show right. So this is a bimetal hole saw. If you've never seen one of these before, you're not familiar with construction tools, it's fine. But this is a bimetal hole saw. Now this bimetal hole saw, and I'm trying to get my camera to zoom right. And if I can't, I'll give you the dimensions. So this is a 4.5 inch or 114 millimeter for hole saw. And the reason why I went with this one is because I went with 120 millimeter fans. I figured I would lose 6 millimeters if I go with 120s, but the 120s would cover my hole that I would cut. I wouldn't want to get a 120 millimeter hole with a 120 millimeter fan, because the fan is actually not a true 120 millimeters. That 120 is the size of the case and screws and everything else, and it's kind of, I had to figure that out. So once I figured that out, I figured 114 millimeter would be just right for a 120 millimeter fan as far as the hole saw. So what I did is I removed the side panel. That was the next step. And I'm going to try to get me some light here. So I removed the side panel. There we go. Removed the side panel. Took the side panel outside. I also searched on Amazon, and I found some fans made by a company called, let's see if I can get them. I see them here. AC Affinity. And you can see I have them running now, and I need to clean my case. So AC Affinity makes these fans. Now you can go with whatever fans you want, but I went with the AC Affinity dual 120 millimeter fans because they're USB powered. So I just bought a USB wall wart, and they have an individual controller for all right, looking at the fan controller, like I was saying, the fan controller for the fans, the only thing that kind of sucks is just it works good. I don't know if you could kind of notice here, but it's kind of quiet. It's just when hooking them up like this, I was worried about system power draw. So I bought these fans because they had a USB port, and I could just use wall wart and not have to take power away from my system. Because you know, as you plug in peripherals, the more peripherals you plug in, if they require USB power, that's the power that's coming off your power supply. And I have 500 watts now, yes, but I really don't want to put too much of a draw on this system, you know. So that's kind of why, and it kind of sucks because if I'm in a rush, and I've done it already, I've turned the PC off, left the fans on, and that's like one of the worst things you can do because you could develop moisture in your case. So keep that in mind when if you decide to go with this setup. You just have to start a process like I do, where you have to start a process like I do, where you hit the power button and then you turn the fans off. I know it's a little tricky, but it works. You know, it works for me. It may work for you. That's what I'm hoping for. My fan directions. So when I initially added these 120s, I had them flipped to where they were pushing air into the case, because we still have our rear case fan, a 96 millimeter fan. And I started to go with a situation where I wanted to have positive pressure, just as much positive pressure in the case to dissipate the heat. It's because it was either going to be positive pressure or extreme negative pressure, just flipping the fans the opposite way to push the air out of the case. So it was, I had to experiment. I tried extreme positive pressure, and it seemed to work pretty good. My temperatures weren't as good as they were now, but it works pretty good. I then tried something different, and that's probably why in the other earlier shots you noticed that I have a filter now. So what I did when I cut these holes, my bottom fan kind of straddles my GPU, and that's exactly what I wanted, because I wanted cool airflow underneath my GPU. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted cool airflow under my GPU, so that way I could have cool air pushing in my my dual fan GPU to push the warm air off the GPU and push it kind of around the GPU, and then have my top fan to suck the air from the excess air from around the GPU, and also to suck the air off the CPU and take it straight out, because my top fan is basically sitting right above my CPU. And then I also still have my rear case fan, so I have 96 plus 120 exhaust, but then a 120 millimeter intake. So I wanted to do one last update before I close this video. I tried to record some gameplay footage from a couple of games that made this computer struggle with MSI Afterburner, and with my overlay with MSI Afterburner, it started causing a couple of issues with a few of the games. So I may include some videos, gameplay videos with this video. If I don't, I may just post some separate gameplay videos here in the future. So I hope this video helps you out. Please just drop some comments if it does, and I wish you guys good luck on your case upgrades for your Pavillion gaming systems. Until later, be safe.